Hey guys, welcome back to Whalen Wire's Old Iron. Guys and gals, welcome back to Whalen Wire's Old Iron. Got something different in the shop today, finally. Man, I'm tired of working on that old red truck, and I think most of you are tired of it too. Based on the views, the number of views on that last video, I'd say y'all about had enough of it too. So anyway, we got something different today. This is kind of a fun one, so stick around. I think you'll like it.
You know, I'm not a mechanic, and I'm not a car builder. I'm just an old redneck having a good time banging around on this rusty old iron. So buckle up and hang on. Let's see what's going to happen next around here.
And we're going to shoot over and pick up old Whalen wire over there. So Whalen, let's see if that V12 doesn't burn out, or maybe you got something else. I don't know.
Hey, welcome to Rat Rodding. My name's Whalen Wire, and don't ever do what we do here on this channel. Well, I finally got everything swapped out on this door. You know, at first I said I was just going to have one electric door and one manual one. Well, you know, my first thought ain't always the best one. And sometimes my second one ain't that good either. But anyway, I swapped everything out. And boy, what a pain it was. It's not bad once you understand it, but there's a learning curve. And getting that door latch out is a pain, boy. There was only about 2 videos that I could find on it, and Rat Rod Bob explained that little clip the best to get that. There's a little rod that runs from this handle, this push button down to the latch, and on the end where that rod hooks into the latch, there's a little clip on there that's, boy, it's a booger if you don't know how it works. And you don't have to take it all the way off, you can just push it down. But Rat Rod Bob explained how that clip worked probably the best. But he showed how to get it out. He showed it laid out on the bench. Well, yeah, it's easy to lay it on the bench, but he didn't show the struggle that goes on when it's in that door. But he said he couldn't get his camera in there, and I understand that. And I just wanted to get it done. I didn't want to mess with filming it either. But I could explain it if somebody has a question. Or you just go watch Rat Rod Bob's video on it. He did a good job explaining how that little clip comes out. Thank you, Bob, for that. Cause I appreciate you. So anyway, yeah, we got all the guts out of my door in this one. We got my like a rock in there, and that's gonna be in the other door as well. I'll swap out that window. I've shipped these windows to Colorado, and a friend of mine etched that in there for me. That was probably 20 years ago. And you remember the campaign, Like a Rock?
The trucks that last. Like a rock. Chevy trucks.
You know, they sing that song and advertise the Chevy trucks. But I swapped out my wing window too, because the later ones are different. First of all, the handle's different on the inside, and I wanted my handles to match. These got a little lock button on there, and this one don't. You know, originally I'd said, well, I'll just have one electric window and one manual one, and that's the redneck way to go and all that, you know. But I could have just put a switch on the dash, but I would have had to have a different door panel, because these doors are made different a little bit. And then if I'd have put my panel on to match the passenger side door, well, then there'd have been a big hole where the window crank goes. There would have been no post coming out for this or anything. So I didn't want to have 2 different panels on there. You know, I'm a redneck hack, you know, all that, and don't know what I'm doing and everything. But even that's a little bit, that's too much even for me, you know. Nah, we got to have it look a little better than that. I just want to get it back to kind of where it was, because it was a pretty good looking old truck, considering that it's 50 years old, and considering it, you know, it's something to think about. When I look back on it, you know, this truck was only 13 years old when I bought it. And think about the car you're driving today. Some of you that drives the older rigs like I do, you know, my newest rig's a 2013. So, you know, it'd be like buying that truck 3 years from now. This truck wasn't that old, you know, when I bought it. So yeah, I got it all cranked, all swapped out, and not to mention that got it adjusted pretty good. I oiled everything up, and moisture rolls up real nice. And I had a newer rubber in mine, or seal in mine that goes around top. Swapped all that out. I had a new channel in here, new rubber in there. So it's a nice tight fit. And I'll put my good weather stripping around this door. It'll be pretty nice, I think. So, you know, I'm getting tired of these videos, and everybody else is too. Some people said, yeah, go ahead and do the videos, because I was worried that this wouldn't work out, this series of doing repair on this truck. People get bored with it. I was right. My views have plummeted. I've lost subscribers, but most of the views and the income has plummeted. You know, I don't do this for the money, but it helps out. All right, I guess that's enough door talk. It's all just entertainment, folks. Don't take it serious. All right, it's time to mix things up around here a little bit. Time to make some changes. Well, it's been a while. Wonder if this old boy's gonna crank. All right, let's look at that over here. Don't have a carburetor.
Do you have a carburetor for it?
Well, I got a couple old ratty old carburetors, but maybe they need to be rebuilt, but it might work good enough to get it, you know, get it running, and see if I want to spend the money on a carb, or, well, I'll probably rebuild one that I have. I will hook onto that with the tractor, and we'll go that way, and then I'll come around and get behind you, and we'll pull it backwards, and that way we can shove it into the shop straight in. Looks like that trailer needs to go forward a little bit. You want to go ahead and pull that up?
He's in it?
Yeah. that, Noah?
Not very fun.
Oh, well, it's fun for me.
Please not go off easy.
Maybe, the hubs may be locked in, I don't know. Are they locked in?
This one
Because
is.
we pulled it up here and the guy steered it okay.
There's no way he steered it with these. Did he turn them on just to screw with you?
No. I think they're locked in though.
I can tell you they're locked in without even having to look at them.
Oh boy. Alright. Truck sits for 300 years. Will it start? Well, no, I was sweating, boy, trying to turn that steering wheel. Oh, the hubs are locked in. As Derek would say, let's walk around and drink it in, you know. Just drink it in. So we got a lot of weight reduction in this area right here. So that'll make it faster on the track. And these are some custom extensions here. These bumper extensions are some. Oh, I was gonna show you another thing too. Yeah, there's some pretty tricky welding going on right there. That one's already busted. They put a little tab on there. You know, when I build stuff, I build it to last 1,000 years. That one didn't last quite that long, but I overbuild everything. But here's some pretty good booger welding right there, boy. That's your booger weld. Yeah, and this little wimpy little thing is already broke off. I don't even know why that bumper's on there, really. Must be for looks. Aesthetics. That's it. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and go around this side since we started over here. And now that I'm such an experienced body man, I'm gonna get this door open. I'm gonna put a bar in there and pry this out and get that door open, and then just beat the crap out of that fender until this door will open and close. I mean, Noah can get in and out pretty easy, but I could get my body in there now. A year ago, I probably couldn't. Okay, oh, I like the clearance lights, but the main thing, what really sold me on the rig was the CB radio. This is a realistic from Radio Shack. And that's where you would say, breaker, breaker, 19. See what I did there? You got a copy? Oh, 2022 plates over there. He was gonna license it last year. How about that? It's got 2012s on it right now, or 2016s on it right now. Yeah, we got some trail cutters, aggressive tread. Oh, hinge pins are in excellent shape. Yep. Wow, we got us a big platform here, probably for an auxiliary battery, maybe for the motor up here. All this business. I don't know how long the carburetor's been missing on this thing, but they covered it up pretty good. Down out of there so we don't start no fires. Don't need no more fires this year. All right, let me clean that up a little bit. This is wonderful. Let me show you guys this. I can already tell this is gonna get old, but check this out, man. They put the extension on here, so oh boy, that's so you don't bend the hood. See? Oh goodness gracious, that's humus right there. That's humus. That's hummus, humorous or something like that. Yeah. Well, I'm considering whether I should pull a good carb off of something and borrow it and put on there, or if I should just slap an old beater Edelbrock on there. I mean, it'll run real, like garbage, but it might run enough to see if this engine warrants a rebuild, or I don't know. The rods may be flying out of the thing for all I know. Well, let's start with taking a look at the oil. I just don't know. What is this? Low temp hydraulic fluid. Oh, that's for the snowplow. Okay. I don't know when this thing ran. There's plates in there for 2021. So does that mean they got it running and decided to put plates on it and then just never did? Or did they buy the plates and the thing blew up, so they never did put them on? I don't know. I have no idea. The dipstick was sticking out about 2 inches. So I don't know if it blew out or somebody was looking at the oil and just didn't put it back in all the way. Well, it's full. It's black, but it's got good viscosity. A little bit of gas in it. Yeah, I taste a little gas in there. Yeah, but anyway, it's not full of water, so that's a good sign. I think I'll look in that radiator just for giggles. It's pretty dry in there. Oh, you know what? I see some water down in there, or some, I don't know. I hope it's antifreeze that I'm looking at, actually. But I'll let you guys take a look in there. Yeah, there's some. Can you guys see that? There's some liquid down in there, way down there. But it's lower than the water pump, so that might be a bad sign. There might be that water pump might leak. Who knows? But for now, let's just continue on, I guess. I guess the next thing I'll do is see if this thing will turn over. I'm wondering if I should do it with the fan or just go ahead and throw the battery in it. Oh yeah. Oh, she turns. She turns easy. Yeah, I don't think I need to worry about turning it all the way around. I think it's all right. It's probably the prudent thing to do, but when have I ever been prudent? I think I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit and go ahead and put a carburetor on there. I'm not going to hook this up. I'm going to put this in a bottle or something and see if that, crank it over and see if that fuel pump's working, if it's going to pump gas or not, and see what the gas looks like. If this thing ran in 2021, the gas, well, it probably still wouldn't be real good unless it had some Stabil in it, but it might have. That's pretty common practice around here to run Stabil in these things in the wintertime. It's basically rigged it's going to be sitting around, but well, let's just take a look and see what we come up with. I'm going to dig out an old carburetor, and it won't be a, it's going to be a false reading because the carburetor is so garbage that it may tend to look like the engine's junk when it might not be. But we know all this going in, so let's go ahead and put an old carb on there, and I don't know, see if we can get one with accelerator pump working and give it a try. Well, I had it idle set up a little bit because it's kind of cold and it's running really rich, man. It's burning my eyes. I need to get Daryl Jeffries to adjust these carburetors for me. He the man. I'll wait till that exhaust goes off a little bit and then I'll put the tarp back down on it. It's going to be 26 degrees tonight. So I've just been checking antifreeze and things today. It's nice to have that done. Don't have to worry about it. No, it's not going to freeze up on me. Now I can chillax. Well, I crawled under this thing last night to hook up my remote starter and just generally check things over under there. Just take a look. I haven't been underneath it other than just to, you know, it sets up pretty high just as a four-wheel drive. So I had, you know, got on my knees and looked under both sides, just looking at the frame. You know, I want to make sure the frame wasn't all rotted out, and it's solid. It's just the body that's shot. But anyway, really glad I crawled under there because, well, I'll show you what I found. What I found under here was, if I can get a light in the right place for you, big hole in the floor and all that carpet laying down there, just rotten and dry from years and years of drying out, laying there on the exhaust, just ready to go up in flames. So we don't need any more fires around here. I'm really glad that I crawled under here to take a look at things, and found this speaker wire has fallen through the hole in the floor and it's wrapped around the exhaust, and I don't know, somebody tell me what this is. This is this a backup light switch or what? I don't know. That's a T-shaped. It's a flat tab, two flat tabs, and T-shaped. One flat tab goes across the top of the other one. It's like a capital T, and I don't know what that hooks up to, or supposed to hook up to, or used to hook up to. Oh God, it's a dandy clutch return spring here. That's pretty nice. And our Peak said this looked like his welding, and I told him, I said, well, I don't want to say anything, you know, but he's right. He's about as good welder as I am a body man. people laughing at my body work. Oh boy. Oh, we're all having fun, ain't we? As long as we're all entertained, that's all that matters. But anyway, I'm gonna get in there and pull all the stuff up out of that floor, and maybe screw me down a license plate or something over that hole, so things don't drop in here and catch on fire on this exhaust. Yeah, I'm gonna do exactly that. Hello. I don't know if we have a accelerator pump or not. I don't know. Right now, I'm gonna put this in a jar and crank it over, if it'll crank over. I think I got a good battery over there out of the red truck, out of the Phoenix. And I just want to crank it over and see if that fuel pump's gonna work or not. I've got a battery here, but I'm gonna have to kind of explore this here and see what's battery cables and what's snowplow cables. There's seems to be a lot going on. Well, the ignition is locked up and we have no key, so we're going to be hot wiring this rig. That ain't no big deal. Won't be the first time for us, will it? Don't look, Harmon. Good as new. No one will ever know how much I love you so. Thank you. Well, I can hear some gas sloshing around in that driver's side saddle tank back there, and I don't hear anything in the passenger side. It sounds like it's just bone dry, so I don't know which tank it's switched to, and I don't know where the switch is for the tanks, so we might have to do some exploratory surgery to figure that out. But let's give it a crank and see if we get anything in this little bottle here. Nada. I thought I saw a little bit in that filter, but nah, it's just trash floating around on the outside. So, guess what? I would say that it's probably on the dry tank. And I don't know where the switch is, so I think for right now, I think I will just hook up an auxiliary tank and electric fuel pump to the carb and see what we can make happen. Okay, we got a bit of wiring going on here. We've got a fuel pump and a filter and a hose around to the carburetor. The other end stuck in a can of gas. I've got the gas can strapped down so I can't tip over and spill everywhere. There's been no gas spills. We got all the flammables off of the exhaust manifold, and we've hot wired it. So we've got a switch here that turns on the ignition and the fuel pump, and when I turn the pump on, it fills this filter up, so that's working. I think we're just gonna dump a little down its throat and turn it over and see what happens. But I need one of you guys to do me a favor while I'm out here cranking on this thing. I just can't be in all the places that I need to be at one time. So whilst I'm out here doing that, would one of you guys please run in there and watch that oil pressure gauge and see if we pump up any oil pressure as we're cranking this thing over. What do you think? Would you do that for me, somebody? I need to be over here to work the throttle, but I need to be over there to turn off the electricals if something bad happens. So, I guess I'll make a choice. Let's give him a couple of squirts. I don't think we have an accelerator pump. We're not getting fuel. Maybe something going on in there. I think there's a little filter in there. Yeah, we're not getting fuel. Huh. Sounds pretty good though. I think. Sounds pretty good. Old 350 Chevy, you know. Alright, let's I'm gonna pull that and take a look at, I think there's a little filter in there. It may be all plugged up. So I'm gonna investigate that and I'll get back with you. Well, guys and gals, I'm gonna call that a win. This old carburetor, it needs some attention. I mean, there's a reason that I took it off of another rig and didn't have it running on something. So I think I got a couple of kits around here, but I gotta pull that carburetor off, and it's almost 8 o'clock and I've been up since about 3 o'clock this morning, and I need to go find some dinner. And so we're gonna call it tonight, but tomorrow I'm gonna deal with that carburetor, the fuel issue, and I think I'll put another tumbler in that steering column. I think I've got one I can put in there, so I have a switch and won't have to hot wire it, and swap out the oil, and because it sounds pretty good. I think it's gonna run real good. Needs a lot of exhaust work, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. I'm just gonna get that fuel issue straightened out, get the oil changed, get all the wiring hooked up, and then we can start playing around with this snowplow and see what's gonna happen with that. And we can also do some insulation in that cab. Make sure we got a good heater. That's going to be important. But yeah, this is a lot more fun than what I've been working on for the last couple of months. So thanks everybody for stopping by, and I sure do appreciate you. Oh, by the way, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and pound on that like button. That helps get my videos shared a little bit. We'll see you next time, right here on Whalen Myers Old Iron.